looking at some of the floats rolling out to the streets of New Orleans to celebrate Mardi Gras. These elaborate creations have long been part of the Big Easy's Pre-Lenten celebration, and one family has been building them for 4 generations. Jamie Wax explores the tradition and the history of these rolling works of art.
Mardi Gras in New Orleans is billed as the world's biggest free party. And it comes each year with some spectacular party favors. The costumes, the beads, and most impressive of all, the floats.
New designs are already being made for next year's carnival right now. We've actually already started props for next year.
Barry Kern is the president and CEO of Kern Studios, the oldest and largest creator of Mardi Gras floats in New Orleans.
Is it safe to say Mardi Gras is in your blood?
Absolutely. I mean, it's in New Orleans' blood. Mardi Gras has been in this city literally from the very first days.
Dating back to 1699. And moving through 300-plus years of celebrations. The party continues, and the Kern family holds a key role in innovating and preserving Mardi Gras parade traditions, all on public display here at Mardi Gras World.
I don't think there's a production line in terms of floats and parades anywhere like what we do here. And I'm talking about anywhere on Earth.
And technology has changed all of that too.
Yeah, we actually have a 7-axis KUKA robot. This robot is amazing. It's literally the same machine that they use to mill the fuselage for the SpaceX rocket.
But technology aside,
that's the last piece for Ferret.
For Kern, the business is all about family. 4 generations of it.
This all really started with your grandfather, Roy, trying to use his artistic talent to survive the Great Depression, right?
But you couldn't make money during the Depression being an artist, so literally he became a sign writer, and he would paint signs on ships and freighters and tugboats and barges in the river. So he built the float on the back of a garbage wagon for the crew of Allah in 1932.
Barry Kern credits his father with the vision that brought the family business to the level it's at today.
And my dad, Blaine Kern, who they now call Mr. Mardi Gras here in town, was a little boy and remembers working with his dad and helping him out, and always helped his dad to build the Allah Parade.
Over 50 parades fill the streets of the Big Easy, attracting hundreds of thousands of people over the 2-month-long celebration.
The floats are paid for by the members of the crews. These crews are like fraternities or sororities or clubs. Everybody's part of these different crews, and they pay to be members. You've got probably 60,000 members of these carnival organizations.
For 44 years, Mardi Gras historian Arthur Hardy has published the definitive annual guide to Carnival in New Orleans.
Always a hangover after Mardi Gras stuff.
We sat down over Café Brûlot, or Devil's Coffee, at legendary Antoine's restaurant.
What does Mardi Gras mean to you personally?
It's the people, it's the feeling. It's the brotherhood in the street. Everybody's equal at Mardi Gras. It doesn't matter color, age, we're all come together just to have a good time. It's what we do.
And when did floats come into the picture?
Really not until the first real official Mardi Gras parade in 1857. We started out with 1 parade with 2 floats. Now in our metro area, we have nearly 60 parades, more than 1,100 floats. It's probably the largest celebration of its kind anywhere.
And in the spirit of a celebration thrown for the people, by the people, Hardy says there's one thing you'll never see on a Mardi Gras float in NOLA.
And one of the most amazing things about it is that it's not commercially sponsored. The shareholders of Mardi Gras are the citizens of New Orleans. And it's actually a law in New Orleans that you can't have commercial signs or, Pepsi on the side of a float. Can't do it.
To Kern, Hardy, and everyone who was in the city at the time, there was one particular year when the sight of the floats rolling through the streets was especially meaningful.
I remember standing at those parades only months after Katrina and having people with tears rolling down their faces. What did that year mean to you to get all Mardi Gras crews running again just months after Katrina?
When you literally have thousands of people die, tens of thousands of people out of their homes, no one was thinking about Mardi Gras. So we knew that it was very, very important to have those parades for many reasons. I think that when we did it and it happened, I think everybody understood why it needed to happen.
And as New Orleans continues to build, rebuild, and grow, It's clear that the one thing that weathers all storms is the spirit of the people that call this place home.
I think genetically encoded in our DNA, this is how we celebrate. It's joyful. It's joyful. And if other people don't get it, that's their problem. But we're going to do it forever. I don't think we need to justify it.
Let's just go celebrate it.
Hey, you better believe it.
I'll see you in the streets, Arthur.
Oh, I'll be there before you.
I'll see you in the streets.
Are you going back down?
I am. I should mention the young man you saw walking next to Barry Kern is his son, the fourth generation, Fitz Kern. And that waiter preparing in that great Cafe Brulot was Charles Carter, one of the best waiters in the world out at Antoine's.
And you know every one of them, don't you?
And you do too, Michelle.
I was gonna say.
They know you by name.
Oh, come on.
They know me for some other reason.
That is not true. But being in New Orleans with you are some of the best times I've ever had.
Yes,
we have a good
indeed.
time down there.
Yeah, whether we're bowling or rock and rolling.